Hi friends, this is Mainak Misra and welcome back to my channel. Today I will discuss with you Ingmar Bergman's The Seventh Seal. Ingmar Bergman is considered one of the most influential filmmakers of all time across the world. He redefined cinema in 1950s. The world came to know about him through his famous theme The Silence of God. The seventh seal reflects the same contemplation. A disillusioned knight returns to plague-ravaged Sweden after fighting in the crusade for 10 years and plays chess with death. He struggles to find the same faith that he possessed earlier. He questions God's silence. He requests God to appear before him, and being utterly helpless, he tries to kill God in him. His squire yawns, mocks, fighting in the crusade for 10 years. Both the knight and his squire are tormented when an innocent woman is slandered as a witch by the church and the state and burnt alive. However, Bergman did not deny the existence of God in the seventh seal. In the film, Job sees the Virgin Mary walking little Jesus in his imagination, divine imagination, and his heart and life get filled with divine spark, divine happiness. His eyes are filled with water. The seventh seal is one of the most important spiritual and religious films ever. One of the most important aspects of the film is the atmosphere portrayed in the film. It is dark, cloudy, gloomy throughout the film. Viewers can get a sense of the atmosphere from the very first shot itself, when an ominous eagle is seen flying over the plague-ravaged Sweden. Bergman incredibly portrays the painful and pessimistic life of 14th century Sweden in The Seventh Seal. Bergman was born and brought up in a devout Christian family under the strict supervision of his father, who was a Lutheran minister initially and then became a chaplain. So, quite naturally, his life was influenced and impacted by Christianity, and his works were also influenced and impacted by Christianity, religious beliefs, ideas, spiritual contemplations. He was afraid of death since his childhood and boyhood years. So when he saw a medieval painting painted by famous painter Albertus Pictor, on a church wall in Täby, Sweden. He was influenced by it and wrote his play Wood Painting and then adapted it into the feature film The Seventh Seal. Many critics cite historical inaccuracies in the film, like the Crusades were fought much earlier than 14th century. The flagellant movement and witch burning came much later to Sweden. But Bergman's intention was not an absolutely historically accurate film. He wanted to portray the miseries of common people in 14th century Sweden, in 14th century Europe, and maybe all over the world. There is no denying the fact that lives of common people were filled with multiple miseries like witch burning, different superstitions, deadly diseases, then famine, punishing poverty. And Bergman incredibly portrayed all these miseries in the film. The major theme of the film is silence of God. Bergman was born and brought up in a devout Christian family. His father was a Lutheran minister. So he was influenced and impacted by Christianity. And here a disillusioned knight returns to plague-ravaged Sweden after fighting in the crusade for 10 years. He struggles to find same belief in God. He requests God to appear before him. He wants to kill God in him. He questions God's silence. Bergman shows when a person loses faith, his life becomes terrible, futile, helpless. Even though Bergman questions the silence of God, he never denied God's existence, God's influence in this world. In the film, Job sees the Virgin Mary walking little Jesus in his imaginary vision, and his life and heart are filled with divine spark, divine happiness. In an utterly controlled and pessimistic atmosphere, a person may lose faith. However, the essence of divine intervention may not leave him when he keeps searching for divine spark in his life and soul. Ingmar Bergman is one of such examples, not only in Sweden but all over the world. In The Seventh Seal, Bergman stages a strong protest against the control of the church and the state on the lives of common people. How shameful it is when they slander an innocent woman as a witch. She is burnt alive. And sarcastically she says that look at my eyes, look at here. You will find devil. She says that to night. That means you are not able to find, but they are able to find. Yes, they are accusing me of being a witch. How helpless situation she has at that moment. This is so shameful, utterly sad, terrible. And Bergman shows that vividly in the film. One of the major characters in the film is the squire. He is a straightforward person. Bergman portrays him as a representative of common people. On one hand, he does not shy away from punishing Raval, who tries to rape a girl. And on the other hand, he is a kind person. He goes there in front of the witch to pour some water. But the knight stops him that now it is pointless. She is half dead. And he asks the knight, then who will save her now? Is it Satan or God or angel or just the emptiness? He is a representative of all of us. The actors here, Max von Sydow, became known internationally through this film. His portrayal of the knight, a disillusioned knight, questioning God's silence and playing chess with God, is outstanding. Bibi Anderson looks like none other than the Virgin Mary herself, so pure, absolutely pure. And Bornstrand, Gunnar Bornstrand, who portrays the squire, is also outstanding. He is just a replica of common people, kind, soft, and on the other hand, very tough. Who mocks that, when the soldiers say that the devil will not be able to tolerate the stinking smell, he says that I will not be able to tolerate this either. He mocks the flagellant movement when they whip themselves. He mocks fighting in the crusade in the name of God for 10 years. He says that we let insects sting us, animals maul us, heathens slaughter us, fever rot us, women infect us, wine poison us in the name of God. He mocks. And that's what he is. He's a straightforward person. The squire is one of the most important characters in the film. Another major aspect of the film is Gunnar Fischer's absolutely magnificent black and white cinematography. It's very dynamic. In a low angle shot, he captures the face of the witch. And at that last moment, she looks so strong, so focused. And on the other hand, he captures the knight's face in a high angle shot, and he looks shaken. Black and white photography when the knight plays chess with death. Each frame looks like a black and white portrait. He captures crude emotions of the actors through close-up shots and captures all the essence of the 14th century Sweden. Brilliant cinematography. And Erik Nordgren's music. On one hand, it complements the spiritual and religious theme of the film, and on the other hand, it resonates with the painful and pessimistic life of 14th century Sweden and Europe, and maybe all over the world. Brilliant music. And overall, this film is written, made by none other than the great Ingmar Bergman. So I think multiple times you have seen this film. But if you have not, then please watch this film. And if you have any comment, put it down below in the comment section. And the request goes again that please support me, subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon so that you do not miss regular updates. And thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you and bye.